All right, we back again, and we're here. And I got to tell you guys, man, that we're getting blown out in this Me Too thing, and it's our fault. It's our fault. We're not adjusting fast enough to this situation, and those of us that have done stuff in the past, well, I believe every man has, because there's no rule book out here, and you kind of fail your way to the top or fail your way into the proper understanding. So we all have sinned. Uh, However, um, um, we just keep making the same mistakes. As men, we keep making the same mistakes. So I'm going to offer a quick way to stay away from the Me Too movement. If you haven't already been snagged, uh, but just to stay out of it, you young guys who haven't made the mistakes us older guys have made, it's our job to kind of try to tell you. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably not going to listen to me. You're going to say, well, who is he? What does he know? And you make these mistakes. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you won't have somebody come back 5, 10, 15, 20 years and say, this person did this to me 20 years ago, and just derail your whole career. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step process on how you can deal with women and get and see quickly if they're the kind of woman that you should be investing any of your sexual time with, or trying to invest any of your sexual time with. Just because, like I said before, women are just very dangerous. That nothing has destroyed as many lives as women have. If you go check that book, the Bible, so many lives are destroyed by just men going after women. That is just, or listening to a woman, or doing what a woman was guiding them to do. And I'm going to break that down. Women uh, have a natural attraction to um, alpha male energy. I broke this down on a live stream the other day, and so they have a natural. So it's not their fault. They have a natural. It's called natural selection. They have a. They have a. It is by nature that they are driven towards. They are pulled towards uh, men they feel are at the top of the list, top of the pile of uh, bring them safety, security, and resources. They are naturally built that way. They cannot help it. So sometimes I see a lot of videos where guys are going in on women for being this way, and that's kind of not right, because the women can't help it. They are however they were put together. They're put together in a way to search for the male to give their offspring the best option, the best chances of survival. So in their mind, that is the person who's the biggest, the best shape, the best resources, and and could provide a safe environment for them. In their from their understanding, right? Okay, so the problem comes in when this all is communicated to them through an alpha male framework. So in their minds, just because a guy has an alpha male framework, that means he's all of those different things. When in actuality, he may just be a guy just trying to tap it, instead of a guy with all of these different things going on. Because in this civilized society, um, what can I say? What's the best way to say it? I can say it. All right, I got myself together. In this society, deception is preferred over reality, and so most people are okay with being with the deception, with the appearance of something that they want, other than it actually being what they need. And they don't want what they need; they want what they want. They want their desires to be fulfilled instead of their needs to be fulfilled. So that's why they throw God to the side and take the devil for a friend, because the devil will give you your desires with a hook on it, though, with the hook on the end of it, but you at least get your desires, right? Anyway, um, like I said, women have a natural attraction to the alpha male energy. So, and a lot of times they cannot distinguish who is alpha male with the resources and who is alpha male without the resources. And if a guy looks like he got the resources that she wants, she may be just attracted to him. Well, she'd be attracted to that energy, period. She might want to see more, get more information about him. Um, as he leaves clues that, there might be other resources. How does he leave clues? He has certain clothes he's wearing, certain cars he's driving, uh, certain lifestyle he's living. That indicates to the female that this man may have the resources or control of resources or access to resources that she may need to um, take care of her offspring, if she should have offspring with this man. Okay, so we got that clear. All right, so now we know how come so many women in the at the height of their sexual market value are attracted to so many bad boys. It's not because they're bad; it's because they're putting off the alpha male energy. You guys got to excuse me, my throat is. Whew. Anyway, so they're attracted to the guys throwing out the alpha male energy. Many times they don't have um, they haven't been taught how to distinguish who's alpha male with the resources and who's alpha male just in energy alone and just trying to lay down with them. They can't make that distinction because they haven't learned at that age. They may not have learned how to make that distinction. So they just go for anybody putting out that alpha male energy if they have that physical attraction to them. Now, what does this mean? What are you talking about, Brother Clint? What do you mean? What does this mean to us as men? What it means to us as men is that you may say to yourself, I'm going to try to change my framework and whatever that means and have an alpha male framework. Okay, you may do that. And you may attract a female or two or three or whatever. The question is, how do you stay away from this situation here? Because every day, every week on my live stream on Sunday, I talk about guys that are caught up in this situation here, right? And let me just say up front that myself and my business partners and most of the men that I know, all the men I know, but I believe most of the men that's out there, we don't have anything against the Me Too as far as actual situations happening where women are getting assaulted and women are getting sexually mishandled. We don't have no the valid claims. We have no problem with that being addressed. The problem is a lot of times a lot of these definitions are so broad, and if you ever been to court, they have a saying: we'll err on the side of the public. So that means even if you innocent, unless they can prove that you innocent, then they just gonna lock you up because they're gonna err on the side of the public. So we don't want to do that. So we that's not a good situation for us as men, because that means anything goes, and women can say anything just about and just derail your whole life. So how do we avoid this? So I'm gonna tell you a strategy to do it. I'm not, you know, Jesus Christ, I don't have the answer for everything. But I've done enough things and made enough mistakes to be able to compile a lot of information so that I could help you not go through the stuff that most of us have been through, where we just did dumb shit, and then, somebody had to come and tell us how stupid we were. Because we were so ignorant, we didn't realize how dumb we were. And somebody had to break it down to us, and we had to go, oh, I didn't look at it that way. Okay, I see it now. So, you want to be in a relationship. I'm gonna make it fast as I can. You want to be you want to be in a relationship, or you just want to be whatever. You want to be in a physical situation or a relationship, whatever. The first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you are physically attracted to this person. You have to have a physical attraction. Okay? So you see a person and you're physically attracted to them, cool. Now we can talk. Now we can talk, because if you're not physically attracted to this person, you may not perform at the level that you probably would like to, or you may say things in a way that doesn't show that you are as interested as you should, and that could be misconstrued. So always you want to make sure that you're definitely physically attracted to this person, right? This is men. This is a man. I'm talking to the men now. First, like I said, make sure you physically attracted to this woman, because you don't want to set up a situation where you say or do something that lets her know, that makes her think that she's second fiddle, or she's just a jump off or whatever, because then that's how you can end up over here. So you don't want to do that. So make sure you say, okay, I'm attracted to this person, and they worth me, I believe, moving to the next step. Now the next step is critical. This is where a lot of you guys mess up at. You guys mess up on chemistry. What is chemistry? I can explain that better if you guys at a later date, because it's too deep to go into. But I'm gonna give you the basic framework of it, and that is your personality and her personality get along. You guys get along. Even in a disagreement, it's very respectful. The baseline for any relationship is respect. That is the baseline for any relationship, is respect. So you need to see, in investigating the chemistry, seeing if she's got the respect for you and you got the respect for her, to handle each other in a respectful manner during the conversation. Even if it turns into a disagreement, you can see that she has respect for you enough to be respectful to you. That is what you need. But that's the basic. There's many other things that go into chemistry, but that's the basic. That's the baseline thing you need. So once you see that there's chemistry there, then you can move to the next step, which is the last step, which is building sexual tension. Now, I don't care if you're face to face or on the phone or Skyping or whatever you're doing. The woman has to allow you to build sexual tension. Either she starts building it, or she have to allow you to start building it. But the key part of step number 3, and when you're building sexual tension, is you have to get her to participate in building the sexual tension. That is the key part in it. If she will not participate in building sexual tension, you are you're barking up the wrong tree. Because, see, these women have so many people coming at them. Listen to me, brother. Imagine yourself being a woman, 19, 20, 21 years old, hot rocking body, looking good. You imagine how many guys are coming at this woman, how many different things people are saying to this woman, how many weirdos are coming up to her. Come on, man. You got to understand that as a woman, you got to understand that you're going to have to stand out from around that stuff. So you're going to have to follow a process that shows that you're not going to try to jump on her, do something crazy to her. You got to follow a process. This is the safe process that I have witnessed that works best. I'm not saying nothing is, I don't have no bulletproof. There's no bulletproof vest when dealing with women, man. Whenever you're dealing with somebody with a vagina, anything can happen, man. They can mistake anything you say. So I'm not giving you a bulletproof way to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because there is nothing bulletproof when it comes to a woman. A woman can mistake anything you say. Anything you say. Dealing with somebody with a vagina is, in today's world, is just, you're just basically stepping out on a limb. You just got to be crazy enough to step out on a limb. So that's for you guys that will not follow this is for you guys that will not follow my advice and leave these women alone and let them approach you. This is for you guys that are still trying to cold approach women, and you have to do it. This is for every man dealing with a woman should do this, but you guys that's just got to, I got to get my count up. I got to get my number of women that I slept with up. Why? All you doing is exposing yourself to a situation that could cause you harm later. To me, focusing on that. I'm not saying don't take what's offered to you, but focusing on that, to me, is a bad move. But like I said, some of you guys are going to do this anyway, so I'm trying to give you a safe way to do it, a safer way to do it. Nothing is bulletproof, but what you don't want is to build yourself up, get you a YouTube page that's rocking, have 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers, making a ton of money every month, and then have everything, the rug pulled out from under you because some woman from 5 years ago or 10 years ago said you did something crazy to her. And we got to stop that. We have to stop that. As a person that has done a bunch of different stuff, we got to stop that, because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't realize that these women have gone through so many different things, man. Some of them have been molested. Some of them have been raped. They're not going to tell you this when you just meet them. So you got to be, always, like a deer at the water fountain. You know what I mean? With deer at the river. You always got to be on your toes, because you never know. You could say something that they could just trip. You know what I mean? That's why the chemistry is so important. Once you can relax a little bit once you know you got some chemistry there, and the girl lets you start building that sexual tension. So let's go through it again. Number one, you're gonna make sure that you're attracted to this person. This ain't nobody. You're not gonna spend time with people you're not attracted to. That's over. You know what I mean? Let them call vagabonds and scallywags over to hit that kind of stuff. You don't sweep up leftovers no more. Now you're gonna try to just deal with people that's mentally close to your level, mentally close. Okay? So number one, you make sure you're attracted. That way you won't be doing different things and treating her like she's something other than that, and then she misinterprets something you said and goes out and tells your boss or your friends or Facebook or whatever they do, and then you're caught up. Anyway, after you do that, number two, and this is the critical one. This is the one you guys skip over, and that's how come you guys end up on this Me Too thing. This is the one you got to make sure you have chemistry. You have to make sure you have chemistry. I'm going to make another video go deep into chemistry, but basically, the basic thing you have to have is respect. You got to see that this person respects you. You respect her. You got respect. Once you got respect, then you're looking for opportunities to show the other person that you respect them. That's and same thing with her. That means that you won't get caught. You're dealing with somebody who most likely, like I said, there ain't no 100% bulletproof thing, but most likely you won't be dealing with something like this, right? Most likely they'll be they'll be able to. You'll have enough chemistry where the person can tell you, hey, that I'm not cool with that, so don't do that no more. And you can say, oh, okay. See, but some of these people won't tell you. They won't tell you, or the relationship ends abruptly, and you're not returning their calls, and then they want to go out and see somebody who has chemistry with you. Probably won't do that. They probably will just say, okay, well, you don't want me, I don't want you, then I'm good. But they won't try to air you out just because you came into some money. Anyway, typically, like I said, don't quote me, because there's nothing, when you're dealing with people with vaginas, anything is possible. Anything can be taken out of context. So, and misrepresented. And then an attack on you can be ensue. So, but this is, to me, a safer way to do it. The next thing and the last thing, after you make sure you got chemistry, is the next thing and the last thing is you have to have sexual tension. You have to build sexual tension. Now, one of the things that has to happen, like I said, is the female has to let you. She has to be open to you building that sexual tension. Once she sees you start trying to build that sexual tension, if she's okay with it and she's, that it's okay with it, then you can tell by you had that chemistry with her, so you know what she's okay with and what she's not okay with. And she doesn't tell you that she's not, because at any point in this situation, if she says no, no means no. See, back when I was coming up, no didn't mean no. No meant slow down. Wait a minute. Let me do the mental jiu-jitsu in my head so I won't think I'm a hoe for doing this. I want to do it too, but that's what it meant back then. Now, no means no. No means stop, get up, go, leave. You proceed no further. Anyway, but then at any point you hear the word no in this situation, then you just, and all you have to do is reject it one time. There's so many women out here, man. If you get rejected, you get rejected. Move on to another woman. But my advice to you is don't even worry about women. Go get the resources. Go get those resources. The women will find you. And it won't be these women you got to worry about. They're going to put you on the Me Too movement. Because you'll know how to build chemistry and create chemistry to where you can say straight out, hey, look, if you go in my room, I'm expecting to have sexual encounter with you. They could tell you, oh no, I wasn't expecting that. I thought we just gonna go up there and talk. No, I ain't expecting that. Oh, okay, cool. Then we don't need to go up there then. See, but most of you guys be too scared. You guys be too scared because you think, oh no, I'm gonna lose something. How you gonna lose something? You ain't even had sex with the girl. What are you losing? You ain't even had sex with the girl. Anyway, number 3, build sexual tension. And as you building it, you have to get her on board. You have to get her to participate in the building of the sexual tension. You got chemistry. You're attracted to her. You got chemistry, and she's participating in building sexual tension. I think you're in a much better place than if you try to do what most guys do. And here's what most guys try to do. They try to go from step 1 to step 3. They're attracted to the girl, and then they try to just jump into bed with her. And they try to say a bunch of graphic things and a bunch of graphic stuff to her to motivate her to see if she's with it. And they trying to see if they got sexual chemistry without building the other chemistry first. That's how you're going to end up on a Me Too. That's how you're going to end up in Me Too. And even if you don't end up in Me Too, man, you're going to mistake and do something and move a certain way, and you're just going to be done. Anyway, that's my help to you. I'm giving it to you. You say, oh man, I got a dating book and I got 50 ways, 50 texts that I can send to a girl to, okay, do all of that, do all your stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's only three things you need to do so that you can do this thing the right way. Set yourself up the right way. And if you don't do the things I'm saying, unfortunately, I think that you are putting yourself at much higher risk of being misrepresented or even being represented as a person that is just not right, and you're throwing your whole career away. Today, you're throwing your whole career away. See, a woman can make a mistake, right? A woman can go out here, sleep with the whole Dallas Cowboys. I was just young and dumb. That's it. It's a done deal. Even if every Dallas Cowboy come out and say, yeah, she gave me oral sex, they'd stop them dudes and say, hey, you are shaming this girl. You cannot do what they are doing with this Me Too thing. You can't do that. So you have to protect yourself as best you can. And the number one protection is to stay away from them. Number two protection is to vet them as best you can. And this is a system of vetting them as best as you can. If somebody else come up with a better system, follow that system. But to me, this is the best system. Because once you know where they're at mentally, you can decide whether you're going to progress to the next step. And one last thing. When you hear the word feminist, that is a word that lets you know that this is right around the corner. This kind of stuff is right around the corner. So my advice to you, if you like your life and somebody tells you they're a feminist, politely end the date and never call them back again. That's my advice. If you want to be in a traditional relationship, man-woman relationship. If you want a partnership, equality, 50-50, and talk about, and paint her nails and all that, hey, go ahead and be with somebody like that. But in my opinion, it's not worth it, because you are right. You're so close to this situation that one word, beware, buyer beware, because that person is telling you up front. Got to give it to them. They telling you, and nothing against feminists, but I'm just saying they're telling you how close you are to this situation. So you need to respect that and say, you know what, I'll just go my own way. Let somebody who's a feminist date somebody who's feminist. They're more able to date a feminist. They had a mentality. They had that more feminine mentality as a man, that they can date somebody like that, that's more aggressive like that, and then they can deal with them. But a real man, not going to be comfortable in that situation, or you're not going to last long, because you're going to argue with somebody who has male type energy. Anyway, not putting nobody down, just trying to keep the brotherhood safe. Men out there, man, we getting caught up in just about everything from, and a woman can say anything. You just looking at her shirt. Look at Cuomo in New York. You looked at my shirt. Come on, man. So anyway, I told you 1, 2, 3. Follow that program. Am I wrong? Am I right? You know what I mean? Am I right? Did I say anything that was out of order? If I did, please somebody come and tell me in the comments or sit down with me and let's talk about it on live stream. I love to talk about it. Anyway, stay safe, gentlemen, because it's a cold world out there for men, for sure. Oh, and don't be the aggressor. Never be the aggressor.